Hello everyone and welcome to another Logic Pro X tutorial with Rowing Records. Today we're going to be starting to talk about a very basic vocal chain. So a lot of people have asked, like, what should you do if I'm mixing my vocals? I'm going to try to do it with only plugins that you would see in Logic and talk through this basic process. So here is a recording that we actually made in our studio by a band called It's Only Tuesday, and their song is called Big Gold Letter, and this is just a little clip from the chorus, so I want you to hear the original first.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater. I know I won't be a good goal setter. I know I won't get a.
So there's a little bit of a taste of the vocal that we're going to be working with. So the first thing that I would do is get in here and apply some equalizer. So you actually want to do this while you're listening, but I'm going to just take a little bit of a guess first. We're going to put a high pass filter on this and steepen up the curve just a little bit. We'll guess that it needs to go there. And we'll turn this on as well. I'm going to adjust those in a minute and just see where we are. All we're trying to do here is get rid of the unwanted noise that his voice doesn't fall in this range, so we don't need that information below. So let's listen in. And I'm going to adjust this until I hear it really starting to affect the color, and then I'll back it off just a little bit.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater. I know I won't be a good goal setter. I know
So there we are. We're getting rid of some of that unwanted sound down below, and we'll kind of do the same thing up here in the top end.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now
So we don't need that upper end like hiss that could just mess with things and not really cause it to be right. So the next thing we want to do is look for whistle tones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little green dot in the Logic EQ, and I'm going to increase the Q to where it's really high. This makes a very narrow band of gain boost. So it's only boosting a few frequencies. I'm just going to listen for where it whistles a lot.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself.
So with this male vocal right there, just above 1,000 hertz, it's got a lot of whistles in it. Now I'm going to rewrite this by double clicking on it to -3 dBs, and I'm going to change the Q factor now to about 24. And when I changed it over to 24, then I was able to widen that range back out just a little bit and get what we needed. Now there should be another whistle somewhere up in this. So again, we'll boost it up to the very narrow range and see if we can find another whistle tone.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on.
So there's another strong whistle. Again, we'll take that down to about -3 dBs of reduction and then widen that back out by clicking and dragging. And then our EQ'd vocal. Now this is like surgical, removing the stuff that we don't really want to hear kind of EQ. This isn't changing colors. This isn't the final processes. This is just the basic stuff. Remember, just making a very basic vocal chain.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater. I know I won't be.
Cool. So what comes next after the EQ is we want to add a compressor. And this is just the basic Logic compressor that you can find in the dynamics category right here. And I'm a big believer that Logic has done a lot of work to go ahead and make these presets pretty good. So we're going to come down here to vocal and just pick a studio vocal. And that's going to be our starting point for compressing this sound. We're just looking to grab some of those peaks, especially where he digs into that high no, and you're getting a lot of that volume. We just want to get things to thin out a little bit as far as their dynamic spread.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater. I know I won't be a good goal setter. I know I won't get up. I keep on.
So there we go. That's just a basic start, good place to have. You can see you're getting some pretty good peak reduction right there. It's a little bit throughout the louder parts, a lot at the biggest loud parts. So we're just smoothing things out right here at the beginning of the chain. Now, the other big thing that you hear a lot of times is saturation. So to get the saturation, Logic has given us a multi-effects tool called Fat Effects. And that looks kind of like this. And at the onset, this doesn't really look like a saturator, but there are plenty of other saturation plugins out there that are third party. But if you'll turn the bass off and turn the compressor off, and the band pass is wide open, so this isn't really doing anything right now. And look at this distortion category. You have a soft saturator. So we're just going to grab that soft saturator and add a little bit till it sounds the way we want it to.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater. I know I won't be a good goal setter. I know I won't get.
So we didn't want to add so much that we heard the distortion and the breakup in the sound, but we did want that full little boost in the bottom. So that gives us our three basic ideas. Now, you can add more compression down through here to change the color. You can add more equalizing down through here. You can add all sorts of effects on top of this to get the exact color that you want. But from a basic vocal chain standpoint, those are it. Now, we want to bus in some reverb, so we'll select bus 1 on our aux send. And let's go in and pick our space designer in the reverb category, and we'll go mono to stereo this time so it really spreads it out. We'll go in small spaces, and shoot, this is grunge rock. We'll go with warehouse, that warehousey sound, full wet. And so then we can blend in a little of this reverb till we get a nice mix that we like.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself.
Yeah, so that's starting to get there. Now I would suggest adding EQ to this. Again, we're going to filter out a lot of stuff. Maybe filter up to the 800 point. Not a full on, 24 is about right. And then get a high pass or low pass in. We're making a nice little band. And then we're just going to dip out a little bit in here. And now let's go back and blend that reverb again.
I keep on telling myself that I'm gonna be better. I keep on selling myself. Now I'm wearing your sweater.
Now, that in itself is the basic chain. Now, it doesn't have all the guitar parts, so it doesn't really feel right yet. But when you're just talking vocal chain, this would be kind of the steps that I would start at from the very beginning. Now, with that being said, I do not recommend doing this in a soloed vocal only way like this. Your whole goal is to make it mix. The process of mixing is to make it mix better. So make sure you're doing this while listening to the whole track and making your adjustments, especially when you're talking about EQing and blending reverbs and stuff like that. So hope you found this helpful on a basic vocal chain. If you did, hit the thumbs up and feel free to hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.